Earlier, when we talked about high quality software, we talked about software that was bug free or mostly bug free. Well, how often do we see bugs in our software nowadays? As an end user, we almost expect to see them, and it gets so frustrating. In fact, a lot of times when we see them, we just kind of click on the warning message or error message, or we just reboot the application, kind of sigh and just go on about our life. However, I believe that shouldn't have to be the case. I believe that software developers owe it to their end users to write as bug-free a code as possible. Now, as we mentioned earlier, of course you can't have completely bug-free code, especially when you're dealing with millions of lines of code. However, the more people you have working on it, the more you should be doing quality assurance testing as well as other types of testing to reduce those bugs. Now, later on, we're going to talk about different ways that we can test our software while it's being developed to reduce the chances and the number of problems that we run into. But for right now, what I want you to start doing is keeping track of how many bugs you see this week. Think about all the different places you use hardware and software, whether it's something in your kitchen with your microwave or your oven, whether it's your car in the infotainment center or the collision detection, or whether it's a piece of software on your mobile phone or on your laptop or desktop computer. It might be a little thing that's annoying. And for example, the other day, my wife told me that the car started to automatically brake because it detected a leaf in front of one of its sensors, and therefore there was something there and it had to stop. It might be seemingly minor, like a misspelling on a web page or an ad. It might be, like I get all the time, ads in different languages. I only read in English. I don't read in Spanish, French, etc. Yet I have gotten ads in every one of those languages and a few others. So keep track of these bugs. So keep track of what software it was. What software caused this bug? Don't just click OK. Put it into a simple spreadsheet. Now, for bug tracking on software application and development teams, they have bug tracking software. We don't need to worry about something like that. We can just use a simple spreadsheet. So keep track of what software was it that you ran into this bug on. Was it a game? Was it your car? Was it just a desktop application? The second thing you want to look at is what date did it occur? So keeping track of when things happen is important. And so we're going to keep track of the software application and the date. Next, provide a short description. It doesn't have to be big. It could be something like, I went to go print this out and it crashed my application. Okay, just something short, a sentence or two. Finally, rate the severity of this bug on a scale of 1 to 5. We don't need a complicated scale, just 1 to 5. 1 is annoying. It's that misspelled word on that web page I talked about. 5 is it crashed your system. When we used to keep track of bugs in applications I used to manage, we tracked, did it occur to one person, one department, or the entire organization? We kept track of things like, was there a workaround that we could implement, or was it no workaround and we had to come up with a solution? These were things we looked at when we tried to measure of, is it annoying or is it really severe? And so keep track on just a simple scale, 1 to 5, how bad a bug was it? Try to keep the same type of scale, maybe put it off to the side, and then collect this information and review at the end of the week. Did it surprise you about how many or how few of bugs there were? Did it surprise you about what types of bugs there were? Unfortunately, a lot of times we tend to overlook them. We see them, but we ignore them because they're so common now. So take the time, be mindful, track them, and then be willing to share that information with other people going forward to see, is your user experience similar or different than others?